Well, I'm now joined by Vinson Palathingal, Executive Director, IndoAmerican Center. Vinson is also a Republican supporter. Vinson, welcome to Rajya Sabha Television and thank you for joining me on the program. So tell us about the state of the race itself. Who has the advantage today on polling day?
It is definitely Hillary having some advantage, though not major. But as far as I am concerned, I think this election is a different election. It's not going to be like typical elections. So I personally believe these polls are not going to be completely trustworthy at this point. If you look at Brexit, what happened is, as you all know, all the polls were suggesting that Britain is going to stay with the European Union. But finally, when it came, the results were the opposite.
Right.
So I believe that is what is going to happen here, because a lot of the rural base is really energized for Trump. They're going to come out in larger numbers and vote, unlike we have seen in past elections. And that is going to lead to a Trump victory.
Interesting what you're saying there, that's going to lead to a Trump victory. But now let's remember, Trump has to win some of the battleground states such as Florida and Pennsylvania, and even he may have to flip a Democratic state such as Michigan. What are your thoughts on that?
He definitely has to win a couple of those states. Florida is a state where Obama won by just 1 point. And from the news, even from the regular polls that I just saw today, he's trailing just by 1 point. So Florida is really a toss-up at this point. Pennsylvania may be a tougher battle for him, but at the same time, he's really focusing so much energy on Michigan, which has a lot of industries shut down, a lot of manufacturing jobs lost. So he's thinking that the rural Michigan is really upset with the Democrats, and that is going to be in his favor. So I don't know which those states are going to be, but I am thinking a couple of those states that were not in the Romney column in 2012 are going to turn red, and that is what is going to be his path to success.
You know, Trump has lately attempted to quote Indian Americans, and that I found extremely interesting. He attended a major rally last month as well. How do you think the Indian Americans are going to vote today?
See, Indian Americans always seem to be believing somehow that they're born to be Democrats. They, vast majority of Indian Americans supported Democrats, and without really having much of a substance to that kind of a belief. We are very conservative when it comes to our values. All Indian Americans are mostly very family oriented, very conservative when it comes to financial policies. They're very hardworking, they're rich, high income brackets, a lot of small business owners. So most of the policies that will be helping the Indian community is definitely on the Republican side of things. But at the same time, we somehow happen to believe that we are supposed to be Democrats. See, I personally am an Obama voter both times, 2008 and 2012. But I started realizing, especially with the damage Obamacare has done to small businesses and high income brackets, and the overtime rule that he just, through an executive order he just enacted a few months ago. I realized that this is time for us to understand that we have to really support the movement, the party that is supportive of our causes. And I think a lot of Indians have to recognize that. And maybe it was a time this year for that to happen.
Indeed, that seems like a very valid assessment. Thank you so much, Vinson Palathingal, for joining us on the program and putting things into perspective for us. Now, meanwhile,